Alright, what's going on, guys? Jeff here, back again with my video. So today it's gonna be a little bit of a Bitcoin sort of video, a little bit of a crypto side of things. So today is Saturday. Okay, so the Bitcoin market, the crypto market in general, they're all still moving right now. Bitcoin is about $44,500, Ethereum at 3.1k, Polkadot at about $20.89, XRP at about 83, Dogecoin at 13.3, and then Cardano at 1.13. All right, so anyway, let's go through a little bit of the Bitcoin news. So yesterday I was actually talking a little bit more about Bitcoin with you guys via the daily news section of stuff. But I do think that I want to actually open up this entire topic a little bit more. So today we're going to be talking a little bit more into the small intricacy of what cryptocurrency has installed for us in the very, very near future. All right, so Russia is considering selling its oil and gas for Bitcoin as sanctions intensify from the West. All right, so same thing that I'm going to be talking about from yesterday in case you guys did not watch the news. Okay, basically, about 4 years ago, no one cared about Bitcoin. Okay, a very, very small strata of people actually cared about Bitcoin, and people who were buying the Bitcoin were buying it at like about $10 a bit. Okay, right now, people are spending $44,000 on every single Bitcoin. Just last year, people were spending $69,000 for a Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin clearly had a very big run. Okay, from $10 all the way to 69,000. Okay, of course, because it is a finite resource with only 21 million Bitcoin in the whole entire creation process. Right now, okay, back then we actually did not really think that Bitcoin is going to be anything substantial. Even for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and such, a lot of us actually thought that we are not going to be so hopeful about Bitcoin in general, because there's a huge possibility that Bitcoin is not going to be performing a lot of good things for us. Okay, because one thing, Bitcoin is very hard to mine. Okay, Bitcoin takes up a lot of energy for you to even mine any form of Bitcoin, which is why a lot of regulation actually comes to China. A lot of regulation actually comes to a lot of various countries who's going through the whole process of mining of Bitcoin. Okay, you're going to be using a lot of energy, and of course you're going to be getting Bitcoin, but it's not going to be taxable by the country, and that's why a lot of countries are actually very, very against the fact that you're actually mining Bitcoin. But of course, there's going to be a lot of countries who are very, very open to it. For example, like Venezuela, Georgia, and such. All right, so the thing is that previously we thought that Bitcoin is not going to have any usage in the world. Okay, of course, a lot of us hopefuls are thinking that don't worry about it. We do think that Bitcoin is going to be the future currency. Okay, Bitcoin is so much better than the US dollars. Bitcoin is going to be like the currency that everyone's going to be using for every single transaction from here on out, that sort of thing. A lot of people were hopeful about it, of course, myself included. But as hopeful as I am, I'm not going to be delusional to say that we are going to be seeing everyone be using Bitcoin in 2025. I am hopeful. I'm not delusional. Okay. And for me to bridge this gap to 2025 or even 2030, for everyone to be using Bitcoin, it's very, very hard for anyone to actually take into account of this actually being a thing to happen. Okay. However, something that did change on the 24th of February, that I think that a lot of people would realize that, of course, it sort of changed a little bit for us, which is the whole Russia-Ukraine situation. So when the whole Russia-Ukraine situation actually happened, okay, people started to want to support the cause for Ukraine. Sorry, my phone. People started to want to support the cause for Ukraine, and people wanted to donate money. Okay, but donating money over to Ukraine is not going to be helping much. Okay, be it your euros, your USD, your rubles, whatever it is. Okay, it's not going to help, because the money going over is not going to be helping them much. There's no way for them to actually get the money. Okay, which is why there's a lot of wallets that kind of just opened up, be it your Bitcoin wallet, your Ethereum wallet, your Polkadot wallet, your Ripple wallet. All these wallets basically just opened up, and Ukraine on their Twitter just be like, all right, guys, send your money over to us via our Twitter, okay? And we got all our wallets linked in our Twitter. Just if you really want to support the cause for Ukraine, you want to help us directly, okay, just send the coins and the tokens directly to us. And this kind of open up a whole new conversation for everyone, because previously we thought that the whole reason why Bitcoin is not going to be the currency is because it is decentralized. It's too decentralized to the point where no one can control it. But at the same time, that's also one of the reasons why the people who are hopeful about it think that Bitcoin is going to go to the moon, because of how it is being decentralized. No one can actually manipulate the fact that there is additional coins in the system. The coin is going to be very, very low in price, high in price. There's not going to be hyperinflationary trends happening here and there. And that's why people were hopeful about it, myself included, same thing. And because of this whole situation, I started to really see it as, yeah, that's true. A war-torn country would definitely see the perks of getting any form of crypto. Cryptocurrency works. Cryptocurrency works for this. It works for this. Okay, and let's not forget, we have to also take into consideration of other countries where their currency are basically being destroyed completely by the government, be it from overprinting, or even for the fact that they just do not even want to use their own currency anymore because it doesn't hold value, such as Zimbabwe and Venezuela. They don't even want to, the people in the country, the merchants in the country do not even want to deal in their own home currency. They much rather deal in the USD, in euros, in pounds. And let's be honest, Bitcoin is actually on the table. Bitcoin is on the table. And because of that, I do think that if Bitcoin is on the table for these kind of countries, and when these kind of countries eventually wants to trade with other countries, what's stopping them from trading Bitcoin over to a more developed country? Like, for example, if a Venezuelan billionaire or a Venezuelan millionaire holds a lot of Bitcoin, he can basically just walk over, or not walk over, he can basically visit a US and just be like, I want to buy things from you guys. I want to do business with you guys. Can we do it in Bitcoin? Because I have Bitcoin. And it would make sense for some of the businesses to just be like, you know what, actually we don't mind opening up for Bitcoin. And of course, right now, okay, honestly speaking, right now we're expecting the entirety of Bitcoin to be mined by 2172, if I'm not mistaken. It's something crazy. It's going to be at least another 100 years before we even see the end of Bitcoin being mined. But if we actually take into consideration, after Bitcoin is completely mined out, that is also when the potential for Bitcoin is going to go upwards. The upside potential is going to be infinite. And I do believe so. It's just that I'm just not going to be here to actually see the whole process from happening. But of course, I do believe that there is a possibility for us to really see Bitcoin being mined, completely finish mining in our generation. I'm not sure how, but I do see this actually happening. And even then, okay, I don't want to just put Bitcoin here, Bitcoin there, because let's be honest, there is also a very, very good chance that Bitcoin is not going to be the currency that we're all going to be talking about. It could be Ethereum, which is why personally I'm a lot more hopeful on Ethereum, because at the end of the day, I do think that Ethereum has a lot more usage simply because of the whole smart contract side of things. And I do have this conversation with a lot of you guys about how I believe in Ethereum a lot more than Bitcoin. But of course, I do hold both of them, okay? And the thing is that I hold Ethereum is because I actually am able to use Ethereum for various transactions, okay? I have bought NFTs using my Ethereum. I have bought multiple coins using Ethereum. I have used Ethereum for more transactions than for Bitcoin. Okay, as of now, I've only done one donation with Bitcoin. So I'm not sure about the transactional value of it. But in terms of how Bitcoin is as a transactional tool, I'm not that big of a fan. Of course, there are people who did offer to buy watches from me via Bitcoin as well. And I don't doubt that that's going to be a thing. I already know of 2 to 3 merchants overseas that actually sell and buy watches via Bitcoin only. And it makes sense for them because the thing is that they are basically immediately investing into the market via selling the watches immediately. So I think that there are a lot of things that do make sense from that point of view. But in terms of Bitcoin actually being this disruptive tool that we have in this entire market, I don't think that that's going to be the case anymore. I do think that that was the case in 2020 when the whole hype about investing came about, where I actually came into investing as well. I think that that huge hype basically made everyone aware of what Bitcoin is and of what Ethereum is. And because of this huge hype that we suddenly have in 2020, right now it's basically all downside because everyone who invested in 2020 or 2021 probably bought in like, I don't know, 30, 40K. Some of them cashed out at like 50K. Personally, I've cashed out at 50K, 60K, and 64K. Okay. Right now, I still have Bitcoin. Okay. And I'm not sure the cash value for how much my Bitcoin is still worth. But I'm in the profit for my crypto portfolio, to say the least. But yeah, I mean, like that's kind of the issue that I have, because people start to lose steam in investing. Okay. And then with how Bitcoin and Ethereum is, they are basically investment assets. Okay. As much as you want to treat them as currencies, I do see them more as investment assets in terms of storage of wealth, similar to how a lot of people like to compare Bitcoin with gold, a good storage of wealth. And for Ethereum, I do see Ethereum as more of a currency simply because we actually see actual transactional use. However, something that actually came up, which is the news article that I showed at the start of the video, which is Russia is considering selling its oil, gas for Bitcoin as sanctions intensify from the West. So when we actually take out all the good from actually transacting with a cryptocurrency, now let's actually look into the bad of actually transacting with cryptocurrency, which is why you have Elizabeth Warren, one of the Democrats, senator, actually coming out and saying, we need to regulate Bitcoin or regulate crypto as a whole. A lot of senators are actually against cryptocurrency as a whole. And I don't blame them, okay? Because the one thing is that if you were to trade any sort of cryptocurrency, it's very hard for you to do any sort of taxing. Okay, you cannot tax the people who are earning money off crypto. It's not that easy where you can just do some sort of capital gains tax. It's true, you can do that, okay? You can do that, but people can just choose to evade those taxes, and quite easily, to say so. And that's why. But the thing is that, of course, with what Elizabeth Warren basically brought up as a argumentative point, was saying that, like crooks and drug dealers are the ones that's dealing with Bitcoin. That's how they kind of hide their tracks. Of course, you are going to be hearing a lot of various stories about how, people are stealing money via Bitcoin. People are performing heists via Bitcoin and such. And because the money is going to be very hard for you to locate, you're going to be jumping from blockchain to blockchain, blockchain to blockchain, and you're going to just keep on skipping around all the blockchains to hide your tracks completely. Okay, it's true. It's true. I do see the risk of it. And of course, with what Russia is kind of just saying that, we're going to be selling our oil and gas for Bitcoin now, it's going to be putting a even bigger pressure on, a buying pressure on Bitcoin, because there's going to be countries who wouldn't mind getting Russia's oil. It's not about the ethics side of things, okay? We do not care about ethical oil. We want oil, okay? And because of that, they are going to possibly be buying the Bitcoin, like El Salvador, I guess. El Salvador got a lot of Bitcoin, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if El Salvador suddenly just be like, I will buy over all the oil via Bitcoin from Russia if they can give us at a very affordable price, and then El Salvador start to sell oil to the other nations who need it. And suddenly, this oil is not unethical anymore. It's very, very ethical. Why? Because it's now El Salvador's oil, not Russia's oil. And that's the thing about ethics that I don't really like a lot, because everything is very transactional to me in the market. In the market, everything is very transactional, which is why we do not want to include politics into the market. The moment politics actually enter into the market, there's going to be a lot of gray lines for us to actually cross. And I do think that having Bitcoin in the mix of things is definitely going to be blurring out the lines even more. So before you actually go out and just buy more Bitcoin today, I'm just telling you that it's great. It's great that Bitcoin is going up. Okay, we have been seeing Bitcoin basically struggling to pass the 40,000 mark for like 2 months. Okay, Bitcoin has been struggling from 38 to 43,000 for the past 2 months or so, and it's horrible. Okay, it's horrible for a lot of crypto holders, because to them, we are used to seeing 20% movement every single week, and to see 3% movement for 2 whole months was possibly very, very frustrating for a lot of crypto traders. But for myself, I don't really care, because to me, I don't intend to sell any more of my Bitcoin, my Ethereum. Of course, if the price goes to a certain extent, I would most likely sell, because to me, I believe in the fact that no one has ever gone broke taking a profit, and that is something that I truly believe in. So instead of me thinking, oh, I'm just gonna hodl to the moon and such, it's not wrong either. Okay, same thing. Not financial advice, but it's not something that I would not do that. Okay, just look at the Dogecoin millionaire. Okay, at the peak of SNL, his entire portfolio was worth $4 million, $4 billion in all Dogecoin alone. Right now, his portfolio is about 400K. That's 90% of a drop. 90% of a drop. That's how crazy it is for the crypto market. The Wild Wild West. Okay, the Wild Wild West. Let's be honest here. But today I just want to talk a little bit more about Bitcoin, is simply because I think a lot of people are now finally starting to see the usage of Bitcoin and the usage of cryptocurrency in general. Okay, I hope that people who are still skeptics about the crypto sphere would not be that much of a skeptic anymore, simply because cryptocurrency has actually proven themselves to actually be quite useful. Of course, I'm not saying about those rug pull sort of thing, where they create some form of a token, Squid Game token, and basically just rug pull the entire market. But I'm talking about proper projects out there. Okay, if you are worried about altcoins and such, get into the main ones. Get into Bitcoin. Get into Ethereum. Okay, those are the ones that would still have huge market volatility, of course. Okay, you cannot expect zero volatility, but at the same time, in terms of crypto-wise, it's pretty safe. So, if you're still interested in crypto, of course, stay in crypto, because I do have friends who have been in crypto, and after this whole 2 months, they thought that the crypto market is not really moving, and they kind of gave up on the steam about learning about crypto, researching about crypto. Personally, I'm not too big of a crypto fan, simply because I like the market a lot more. I like to read all this sort of news a lot more. So I'm more of a stocks kind of person. But I just hope that people do not lose steam in understanding about the investing that they do. Because it's very, very interesting. Okay. Seeing the movement that happens with every cryptocurrency is very, very interesting. Be it a rug pull, be it being a blue chip sort of coin, or be it being some form of a smart contract to a NFT or whatever it is. The market is at its peak at the moment of how much financial instrument is being given to the entire market to actually work with. Okay. And that's why, of course, I'm not going to be the guy who kind of just tell you that, if you are poor in this generation, it's your fault. I don't think that's the case, because a lot of people might not have the money for them to actually start investing. But if you do not know about anything in this generation, it is on you. I'm not going to talk about rich or not, but if you do not know about all this knowledge when it is so free in the entire internet, that's kind of on you guys. But anyway, that's all I have for this video, actually. Slightly longer for my weekly videos, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I see you guys on Monday.